on mostly core and hip stability. This class is going to be really good for anybody with pubic symphysis dysfunction because we're going to make sure to avoid any of those movements that will increase the pain in your pubic symphysis. So we're going to try to avoid lunges or anything that twists your pelvis out of place. So we're going to start feet shoulder width apart. We're going to take a nice deep breath in and out. And it's such a beautiful day in Miami that we don't get these very often. So I decided to work out outside. And then I guess the lawn people also decided that it was a wonderful time to cut the lawn. So if it gets too loud and you can't hear me, please let me know. And then I will find us another spot to work out, okay? Awesome. All right, this one, reach up, interlace your hands, and really stretch up as high as you can. You want to feel like something is pulling you. Make lots of room for that baby. Good. And then we're going to lean over to our left. As you lean over, make sure you don't collapse in. So you want to keep your chest nice and open and only go as far as you comfortably can. And take a breath here. And then come up, reach up, up, up. And we're going to come to the other side. Looks good. Make sure you keep that chest open. You can feel a nice big stretch all here on your body. And come back up. And you can go ahead and drop your hands. Interlace your fingers behind you and pull up. Opening up that chest. It feels really good. Especially when we're pregnant, we come into this posture. We want to make sure we're opening up that chest, pulling those shoulder blades back. And good. Go ahead and release your hands. Shake them out. Nice little neck roll. And we're going to roll in the other direction. 2 rolls this way. And then shoulders. 2, 3. Good. Now I want you to lift them up really high. And then pull them down. And then up really high. And pull them down. All right, so we're going to start with our feet planted. You want to make sure that your weight is evenly distributed between your toes and your heels. So your weight shouldn't be forward on your toes or all the way back on your heels. You're going to bend your knees just a little bit and you're going to come into a little squat and squeeze up. So we're still warming up. Make sure you go what's comfortable for you. Your squat comes back like if you're sitting in a chair. So you don't want to squat here or like this. You want to keep your chest lifted, bottom back, and come up. Every time you come up, I want you to do a little glute squeeze because that'll really help with any pain that you have with your pubic symphysis. So make sure you're engaging those glutes to help stabilize the core. And again, if you're having any pain, you want to stay in this small range of motion here. Good. We're going to do 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, now we're going to come down into that squat. We're going to hold the squat, and I want you to bring your knees in and out. So it's a little movement of the knees. In, 2, 3, 4, squeeze, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Stand on up. Good. All right, we're going to go back to those single squats. Squat down and come up. And remember, every time you're coming up, you're exhaling as you stand up. And as you exhale, I want you to engage your core. Imagine that you're pulling your hip bones together and you're hugging that baby. So every time you stand, you're giving your baby a nice big hug. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. We're going to do 5 more here. 5, don't forget about your booty. 4, good. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to come back down and we're going to flutter those knees in. As you're in this position, I want you to think of your pubic bone, and you want to bring your pubic bone up to your rib cage. So you're not out here in an arch in your squat. You want to have a nice flat back. So curl those hip bones in and flutter. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand up. Good. And do one more set like that. If you have a little ball around, or if you have a foam roller, I want you to put it in between your knees. So now what this is going to do in between your knees is going to make sure that you're engaging those inner thighs and those pelvic floor muscles, okay? You still hear me? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. The long guys keep getting closer. All right. So take a breath. Put that pillow or ball in between your knees. You're going to do a gentle squeeze and keep the pressure on that ball as you squat. Up. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hug your baby. Good. 2, 3. So if you're having a hard time keeping your foam roller in place or your ball, just bring it a little higher up in your thighs. Because depending on the size of your ball, you might need to put it in a different place to make sure you're engaging those muscles. Good. Lift. Squeeze. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and squat back down. And we're just gonna squeeze in. 2, 3, 4, 5. You can hear me. 6. Nice break. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 5 more. You got this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and hold. Hold that squat. Bring those booties back. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed. Breathe and lift. Good job. All right, get rid of that ball. Shake out your legs just a little bit. How are you feeling? Everybody good? Good. Awesome. All right. So now what we're gonna do is, your hips still good, Elizabeth?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, so now we're gonna focus a little bit on our core. We're gonna keep our shoulders at, our legs at shoulder width. We're gonna bring our arms up to our ears, and we're just gonna rotate and pull up. And you're gonna come down and up. So as you come up, I want you to imagine that this is the muscle here that's pulling you down. Good. So you're not driving with the elbow. It's almost like a pull here. So if you put one hand here, you'll feel that muscle turn on. And exhale as you come up. 2, good. 3, 4, I'm so happy the long guy stopped. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're gonna switch sides. Come down, up, good. 2, and just put your hand here if you need to make sure you're using it. If you know you are and you can put your hand back up, then go ahead and put it back up. Nice deep breath. You're inhaling as you come down. You're exhaling as you come up. Up. 2, good job. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. All right, you're gonna bring your hands down. Put your hands on your belly. You're gonna take a deep breath in as you breathe in. You should feel your belly relax. And then as you exhale, I really want you to contract those abs, hug that baby tight, squeeze, hold for a second, and then go ahead and exhale. And you're gonna inhale, contract those abs, squeeze, hold that baby tight, and inhale. On this exhale, I want you to think about your pelvic floor. Draw in your pelvic floor. Imagine you're pulling these hip bones together. Hug that baby nice and tight and relax. And exhale. Tighten everything up. And inhale. Relax. And exhale. Hug that baby. And you should feel your stomach coming in, your belly flattening a little bit. And you're going to inhale and relax. And exhale. Draw it in and tighten and hold. And inhale. And exhale. And tighten. Good. All right. So now we're going to bring some hip movements. Elizabeth, let me know if this isn't okay. So as you breathe, I want you to bring your knee up towards your chest. So you're just doing kind of like if we were laying down in a reverse crunch. I want you to feel like it's your lower abs that's pulling it up. So every time you exhale, you're bringing that knee in. If this causes any pain in your pubic symphysis, just keep that knee a little bit lower. Make sure your hips stay even. 3, good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Good job. We're going to switch sides. Go ahead, shift all your weight onto your opposite leg. Make sure when you're standing here, your hips are even. So you don't want to be out to the side because that could cause back pain over here. So if you feel yourself uneven, go ahead and bring those hips even. If you bring that leg and you feel your hip dropping, come back here. If once you start to bring your leg up and down, you aren't able to maintain this neutral pelvis, then this is your spot. You're just going to hang out here and you're going to hold here, engage those abs, and just focus on every breath as you exhale, hugging your baby in. And we're going to come up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, go ahead and grab your ball or your foam roller if you have it. If you don't have it, it's okay. You can just use your hands for pressure. We're going to do a little bit of arms and core. So if you have your foam roller, you can hold it lengthwise like that. Or if you feel like your shoulders are too wide, you can put it tall and squeeze the edges of it. So however you're comfortable. Yeah. So you can either hold it like that or straight up and down. And then you're going to start with your hands down. You're going to put pressure against the sides of it. And you're going to keep that pressure as you lift up all the way. Make sure when you lift up, you're not arching that back. So you want to keep a neutral pelvis and squeeze and bring down. Good. And inhale, bring up. And exhale. And bring those arms down. Good. We're going to do 10 here. Up. And down. That's 1. Good. Up. And down. 2. Up. And down. 3. Good job. Up. You should feel this on your triceps, on your chest, on your shoulders. Your whole arm is engaged. 4. Squeeze, lift. Come down. 5. Good job. If as you're lifting, you feel like you get to a point and you have to arch your back to lift your arms higher, then don't bring your arms any higher. That's just the flexibility you have in your shoulders. So lift up until you feel that you can, and then come down. Make sure that back isn't arching. Oh no, I lost count. And up, come back down. We'll do 3 more just in case. And lift up. Does anybody know what number I'm on? Nope. And down. Last 2, lift up, squeeze, and come down. Last 1, squeeze those arms together, lift up, and come down. Good. All right. So now we're gonna come down onto the floor. So we're gonna work some more hip stability, okay? So if you have a mat, go ahead and come down onto your mat. Remember, be careful coming down. If you are pregnant and you're having that pubic symphysis pain, if you come down on one knee, it's sometimes painful. So if you can, squat all the way down with your legs together. Keep those knees engaged and then come down onto your side, okay? Sometimes that's a little bit less irritating to that SI joint. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay on your back. If this isn't comfortable for you, if you're further along on your pregnancy, grab a couple pillows, put them behind your back so you're a little bit elevated. Also, it's good to know that laying on your back is not a terrible thing to do when you're pregnant. What the concern is that you would close off one of your arteries that provides blood supply to yourself and the baby, but our bodies are built to protect the baby. So before anything would happen to the baby, you would start to feel dizzy, lightheaded, uncomfortable. So if you want to try to do exercises on your back, it's okay. If you start to feel any of those symptoms, go ahead, roll over onto your side until it subsides, and I promise you nothing will happen to the baby. All right, so go ahead and let's lay down onto our backs. You want to keep that foam roller or the ball handy. So if you are coming onto your back, lay onto your side first, and then roll over onto your back. That puts less strain on your abdomen and your SI joint. So go ahead and come all the way down. You're gonna put that ball in between your knees. You're gonna make sure your heels are in line with your bottom, and you're gonna keep pressure on that foam roller or that ball, whatever you have there. So go ahead and lay down. And all we're gonna start with is little squeezes. So you're just gonna squeeze the ball together, squeeze the foam roller, bringing those knees together. And you're just putting little pressure in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep squeezing. I'm gonna fix my camera. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Now I can see you guys. All right. So now the next thing you're going to do, you're keeping that ball in between those knees. And what I want you to do is focus on your hips. You're going to take a deep breath in. You want your breath to come all the way down into your pelvis. As you exhale, you're doing a little bit of a tilt, just lifting that tailbone up off of the floor. And then you're coming back down. And you're just tilting that tailbone up and down. All the while, you want to keep pressure on the ball in between your knees. So you're exhaling and squeeze and relax. And squeeze, lift those tailbones up and down. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I know it looks like you're not doing anything, but you'll really feel these. 4, 3, 2, And one. All right, now keeping that pressure on the ball, you're going to start with that little hip lift of your tailbone, and you're going to lift your hips up off of the floor. Only lift as high as you can while keeping your pelvis engaged. So if you start to feel that you're arching like this, you're gone too high. Make sure you keep those hips tucked in, squeeze, and then when you lower, you want the upper back to touch, then your lower back, and the last thing to come down is your tailbone. And make sure you're keeping the ball squeezed as you lift and lower. Good. And lift, squeeze, tuck those hips under, come up as high as you can. Remember, if you start to arch here, this is too high. I'm in horrible form. So don't come so high. Make sure you keep those hips engaged. Good. And lift. And you can go at your own pace here and lower. Remember, as you're lowering, you're inhaling, and when you lift, you're breathing out. Squeeze that ball, keep those hips engaged, inner thighs engaged. The reason that we have this ball in between our knees is as we engage our inner thighs, it kind of cues our pelvic floor to turn on as well. So that little squeeze of that ball just really helps us get our pelvic floor in on the game. Good. And you guys are doing great. We're going to do 3 more here, 2 more. On the last one, you're going to stay up and hold, okay? So 1 more. And then you're going to come up to where you feel comfortable, where you have those glutes engaged, have your core engaged, and you're going to squeeze a little bit tighter on that ball. And we're just squeezing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're lowering. Good. And we're going to lift right back up, squeeze those glutes, and we're holding 1, 2, 3. Squeeze that ball. 4. The motion is in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower. Good. If you need, hug those knees into your chest. If you're pregnant, bring your knee out to the side. Make room for that baby. Good. Bring your knees back down. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, tilt those hips. Bridge up, squeeze the ball, and we're pulsing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly roll down. Good job. Get rid of that ball. Bring those knees into your chest. Hug it tight. All right, we're going to do one more thing in tabletop position. So you're going to bring your feet up into the air like this. You're going to keep that ball squeezed in between your knees. Okay? So this is our position. When you're in this position, you want to feel that your lower back is completely flat on the mat. If you're arching like this, then this position might be a little too challenging for you. And then you can keep your feet both flat on the mat and lower back engaged on the floor. So it's your choice where you want to be, okay? So we're just going to come up here. Our hands are going to come out to the side, and you're going to reach. If you can bring your shoulders up, you're going to bring your shoulders up. If you can't, you're just reaching with your hands. And you're breathing here, reaching towards your heels, squeezing that ball together. And this is what we're doing. There's not much movement at all. You're just holding, focusing on your breath, hugging that baby in. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Squeeze that ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Bring those knees down if they were up, and take a breath. And we're going to do that again, okay? When you do this, make sure you're not straining with your neck. You're lifting from your shoulders. You're keeping that core engaged, all right? Take a big breath in And exhale, come up into tabletop if you can. If not, just squeeze that ball in between your knees. Lift your shoulder blades up off the floor, head off the floor, and reach almost like if you're touching the wall on the other end. And you're gonna hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, squeeze the ball, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come down. Bring those feet down onto the floor and roll over onto your side. You look good, Elizabeth. You did awesome. When you're ready, go ahead and sit up. Make sure you're moving slowly. I don't want anyone to get dizzy. We've been laying down for a minute. And we're just gonna sit here, cross-legged, or with your knees together. Are you okay, Elizabeth? Remember, roll over onto your side.
I can't because the floor is hard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Take your time getting up. Whenever you get up is fine. And we're gonna go ahead and take nice deep breaths in and out. Hey, Stephanie. Did you join us to work out? Good to see you. All right. And take a nice breath in. Reach your arms up.
Wait, I need your help.
And out.
No, I want to bring the computer inside.
And one more breath in, up. And out. So come into whatever position is comfortable for you. For me, cross-leg is a horrible position, but if you like cross-leg, that's fine. If you'd rather sit in a side sit, if you want to sit up tall on your knees, whichever of those positions that you like, go for it, okay? And we're gonna tilt our head over to the side and just relax and breathe. And bring your head to the middle. And over to the other side. And go ahead and lift your head up. Oh my God, it's such a beautiful day. I wish it would be like this every day. I want to stay outside all day. And bring those arms up. Reach up as if you were touching the roof or the sky above you. And lean gently to one side. Come up gently to the other side. And back up. Interlace the fingers behind you. Squeeze your hands close. Bring those shoulder blades back and lift. All right, if you're in a tall sitting position, go ahead and come forward into child's pose. If you're not in this position, maneuver yourself into it. Make sure if you're pregnant, you have room for the baby, and you're just gonna walk your hands out as far as you can. Let your head drop down and relax. And when you're ready, go ahead and come on up. And you guys are done. I hope you all enjoy this wonderfully beautiful Miami day. And remember, we are here. We're doing classes. This week we have today, we have Thursday, and we have Friday. So join us. Send us a DM if you want the Zoom link, because I'm not sure if we'll be live every day, okay? If anybody has any questions or needs anything, please let me know. We're happy to help, okay?
Thank
Good
you.
job, Elizabeth. You did awesome.